I'm Jennifer.
Standing in the cold, bright air outside the Summit County Title and Escrow Conference Room B, I took a deep breath. Inside, my sister Lily was about to finalize the sale of my mountain cabin, a cabin I'd bought with years of hard-earned money. It all started at a family gathering at my mom's place. Mom, a kind-hearted but sometimes naive woman, always wanted to see her daughters happy. Lily, who had recently gone through a bitter divorce, seemed to have a newfound excitement. She was chatting animatedly, holding a glass of champagne, telling everyone how the cabin would solve all her financial problems after the divorce. The buyers, a couple of architects from San Francisco, had made a cash offer. The closing was set for Friday. Just then, my phone buzzed. It was Ethan, a college friend who had moved to work for his family's title company. I stepped into the hallway, my hands growing cold. Ethan's voice on the phone was as precise as I remembered from our study days. He told me that according to the county records, I was still the sole owner of the cabin. The deed Lily was trying to use for the sale was a forgery. It had my signature, dated last month and supposedly notarized, but it didn't exist in their system. I was in shock. Through the doorway, I could see Lily smiling and showing Mom the purchase agreement. Mom, who had been so worried about Lily during the divorce, was beaming with relief. I asked Ethan to stop the sale. He had already frozen the process and informed the buyer's agent that more documentation was needed. That night, I hired an attorney named Sophia. She specialized in real estate fraud. I sent her all the information Ethan had given me. She called me back within a few hours. The forged deed was very sophisticated. The signature was almost perfect, and the notary seal was fake, but professionally done. If Ethan hadn't noticed, I would have lost my cabin, and by the time I found out, the money would be long gone, and I'd be in a long, drawn-out legal battle. In the following weeks, I acted as if nothing was wrong. Lily texted me about Sunday dinners and sent me pictures of the cabin from the buyer's inspection. On one Sunday, during dinner, she casually mentioned that the closing was delayed due to some paperwork. Her hand was steady as she cut her chicken, showing no sign of guilt. Under the table, my phone buzzed. It was Sophia. She had identified the document forger, a former paralegal named Ryan. Lily had paid him $4,500 for the deed package. The forger had cooperated under the threat of federal charges and revealed that Lily had first contacted him 9 months ago, even before her divorce was finalized. This meant she had been planning to steal my cabin for a long time. I was heartbroken. I had always believed in family, but Lily saw me as a resource. I decided to confront her with law enforcement present. Sophia scheduled everything perfectly. Ethan would tell Lily's agent that the title issues were resolved and the closing would proceed as planned. Now, as we entered the conference room through the side door, I saw Lily sitting at the long table in a professional white dress. Her divorce lawyer was beside her, and the buyers, Mr. and Mrs. Thompson, were across the table with their agent. Ethan was at the head of the table, organizing the documents. When Lily saw me, her expression changed from confusion to calculation and then to panic before she forced a smile. She tried to explain that it was a surprise and that she was managing the sale for me. But then Detective Miller from the local Economic Crimes Unit stepped in. He announced that the closing was suspended and that Lily was under investigation for real estate fraud, forgery, and attempted grand theft. Lily's face turned pale. She claimed there was a mistake and that I had given her permission. But Ethan calmly pointed out that the deed transfer didn't exist in the county records and that the signature was a forgery. Sophia placed a folder on the table, showing all the evidence, including the Venmo transactions and the forger's testimony. Lily tried to explain that she was desperate after the divorce. But I knew it was a lie. I reminded her that she had planned this for months. She had cultivated a false relationship with me to gather information about the cabin. The buyers and their agent left the room quietly. Lily's hands were shaking. She begged me not to let Mom know, saying it would destroy her. But I was done with her lies. I told her that she could have asked for help, gotten a job, or downsized her life instead of trying to steal from me. Detective Miller informed Lily that she would receive formal notice of charges within 10 business days and recommended that she hire a criminal defense attorney. After they left, Ethan, Sophia, and I remained in the empty conference room. Ethan apologized, but I thanked him for saving me. We filed a criminal complaint, and the district attorney's office fast-tracked it due to the clear evidence. Lily's version of the story was that I was punishing her for the divorce. Mom called me, heart broken, asking how I could do this to my sister. I sent her all the evidence, and after a few hours, Mom called back, saying she didn't understand. 6 months later, Lily accepted a plea agreement for years of supervised probation, $8,500 in restitution for my legal fees, 200 hours of community service, and a permanent restraining order. I sold the cabin 3 months after the plea. I realized that success wasn't about the property, but about recognizing when someone didn't value me as a person. I used the money to buy a smaller place in Montana, paid in cash, and diversified my investments. Now, Mom and I have dinner once a month. We never talk about Lily. Sometimes, Mom asks if I'll ever forgive her. But I know forgiveness requires an acknowledgement of wrongdoing, and Lily still claims she was trying to help. The family I thought I had is gone, but I'm at peace, living a quiet life in a place she'll never find.